The morning sun spilled golden light through the worn curtains of David Carter's tiny apartment. The place was neat but sparse, a testament to his new beginning. 3 years ago, he had been a different man. A man shackled by addiction, regret, and a past that haunted him at every turn. But today was different. Today marked his 3rd year of sobriety, and with it, the chance to finally reclaim the life he had once lost. David laced up his shoes and checked the time. He was due at Haven House, the community shelter where he worked, in an hour. Volunteering there had been a condition of his parole, but over time, it had become something much more. It was a purpose. A calling. He grabbed his coat and stepped outside, inhaling the crisp autumn air, feeling, for the first time in a long time, the quiet peace of a man walking in the right direction. As he made his way down the familiar streets of Brooklyn, memories flooded back. He passed the liquor store where he used to squander his last dollars. The alleyway where he had slept on nights when he had nowhere to go. But those days were behind him now. He had rebuilt himself, brick by brick, with the help of people who believed in second chances, even when he hadn't believed in himself. When he arrived at Haven House, a familiar voice called out, "David. Hey, man, over here." It was Carlos. David rolled up his sleeves and got to work, ladling oatmeal into bowls and greeting everyone with a warm smile. Then, in the middle of the crowd, he saw someone who made his heart stop. Sitting at a corner table, hunched over as if trying to disappear, was Michael. His younger brother David's grip tightened on the serving spoon. He hadn't seen Michael in years, not since their last brutal argument. Not since Michael had told him that he was dead to him. David had wanted to reach out 100 times. But shame had always held him back. And yet, here he was. Thin, his clothes rumpled, his face tired, he placed the spoon down and crossed the room cautiously. "Michael?" His brother looked up, and for a moment, his eyes flickered with something: surprise, recognition. But then his face hardened. "What are you doing here?" Michael asked, his voice guarded. "I work here," David said, pulling out the chair across from him. "What about you?" Michael exhaled sharply, looking away. "Just passing through." David wasn't fooled. He knew what rock bottom looked like. He had lived it. And Michael, for all his anger and judgment, was there now. "I can help you," David said softly. "You don't have to do this alone." Michael scoffed. "Like you helped me before. Like you helped Mom." The accusation stung, but David didn't flinch. "I made a lot of mistakes, Mike. I know that. But I'm not that man anymore." Michael ran a hand through his hair, his fingers trembling slightly. "I don't know how to do this." David reached across the table, his voice steady. "One day at a time." The silence stretched between them, heavy with years of resentment, pain, and unspoken words. But beneath it all, there was something else: hope. A chance to mend what was broken. A second chance, for both of them. The days that followed were slow and uncertain. Michael resisted at first, reluctant to accept his brother's help. But David was patient. He had learned that healing couldn't be rushed. So he took small steps. Inviting Michael for meals, introducing him to support groups, showing him that change was possible. One evening, as they sat by the East River, Michael finally spoke about what had driven him to Haven House. "I lost my job. The bills piled up. I tried to handle it, but I kept messing up." He paused. "I started drinking." David nodded, understanding all too well. "That doesn't define you, Mike. What you do next does." Michael hesitated before asking the question that had been weighing on his mind. "Do you think Mom would be proud of us?" David swallowed the lump in his throat. "I think she'd be happy we're here. Together." Michael looked out at the water, his expression unreadable. But then, slowly, he nodded. "Maybe it's not too late." David smiled. "Never is." A year later, Michael stood at Haven House, serving meals to those in need. He had found a job, a place to live, and most importantly himself, and beside him David watched with quiet pride, knowing that sometimes the hardest battles led to the greatest victories. A second chance wasn't just given, it was earned. And together, they had found theirs.